Crazy.
All right. Number one, here's another one of those random gifts from the internet that you can watch all day. It's a video of a kid dancing somewhere far across the world, and people have changed the music and put filters and all sorts of other things on it. In this version, it's simply black and white, and the kid is fantastic.
Oh.
Listening to you. Where's this video from?
I don't know what to listen to.
See, some things you can't teach. Either you don't. Look at this. These girls are all sitting there. Show off. It's fantastic. Well, we know it's modern if someone's got a cell phone. Wow. That's right.
All right, here's what's happening with our weather. We're in the upper 70s here today at O'Hare. Cooler lakeside, warmer south and west. A 20% chance for some showers here later on this afternoon and into tonight. A 30% chance for rain here tomorrow. Tomorrow's high 91. There's a risk that some of these storms tomorrow evening could become severe, so heads up on that. Friday, warm and windy, will be in the mid-80s. Windy conditions, a 30% chance for evening rain. And then over the weekend, things cool off and dry out. It will be at 70 for the high on Saturday, cooler breaks at 66 here on Sunday. That's your forecast.
Thanks for being with us. There's a lot more to come. After the break, for your health, Dr. Lawrence Stryker is here from Northwestern Medical School to tell the headlines. And financial guru Terry Savage joins us to discuss the financial uncertainty caused by tariffs and everything from shipping costs to stocks to even toys. Stick around.
Mike Sweeney's Laugh Track, Saturday morning at 10. And on the WGN Plus app.
Every breath you take, every breath you make, every day you wake, make no mistake, will be helping you. What we can't see is in the air we breathe. For your good health's sake, and every breath you take, every breath you take.
Back with another Chicago Park District Patron Review.
Alice Gorge, poet, musician, viral video star, and sometimes expert on public bathrooms.
Beautiful workmanship.
Chicago's very own. Thursday on WGN News at 9.
It's the last call on all pre-season summer products store-wide. Save up to 65% on outdoor patio furniture, like wicker sectionals from just $11.99. Some fire pits for just $9.99, and 9-foot umbrellas as low as $59. Save on all family-size pool packages with free upgrades and $0 installation. Don't miss our store-wide hot tub sale, starting as low as $34.99, only at the Great Escape.
Did you know vein disease can start in your 20s and worsen over time, causing pain, aching, and heaviness in your legs? Take the first step to healthy pain-free legs by calling United Vein Centers. Bulging-leg veins are not merely cosmetic. They're often a health issue that can worsen if untreated. At United Vein Centers, our minimally invasive treatments result in little to no downtime and are covered by Medicare and most health insurance. Trust your legs to United Vein Centers. Call 1-800-YOU-LEGS today to schedule your free vein screening at one of our locations.
This Memorial Day at Value City Furniture, you can save up to 25% on incredible furniture throughout the store. Or you say? Posting prices on items already in inventory, including a $50 million buyout of Ashley Royal furniture like this, starting at just $299. More? All right. How about nothing down, no interest financing up to 50 months on qualifying purchases? Sound good? All right. We'll see you when you get here. Value City Furniture. We got you.
Today, how to achieve celeb looks for less. Plus, the Chicago Chess Club's inaugural tournament. That and more on Big Time Chicago today at 10 and streaming on the WBN Plus app.
Terry Savage is here with money tips, including how to avoid the financial uncertainties caused by the terrorists.
First, though, we have health headlines. Joining us now is Professor of Northwestern University Medical School and WGN Morning News medical contributor, Dr. Lauren Stryker. Good to see you.
Good morning.
First up, we're going to talk about an at-home test for cervical cancer.
Yes, your at-home laboratory just got even bigger because now it's not just testing for colon cancer by pooping in a box and swabbing your nose for COVID, but you can also do an at-home pap test. This was just FDA approved this last week. And this is good news because in spite of the fact that cervical cancer is truly one of the most preventable cancers there is, between the HPV vaccine and getting pap tests, over 4,000 women every year die from cervical cancer, mostly because they're not making it to the gynecologist, which I get. I mean, who wants to go and get speculum and all that? So anyway, so they just approved this at-home pap test, and this is how it works. You get a prescription from your doctor. In the mail, you get this wand. It's called the tail wand. And you in the privacy of your own bathroom, you insert it just like a tampon. It's around the same size. There's this little spongy tip which collects the cervical cells. You then send it through the mail, and then your doctor gets the results and calls you up and lets you know. And interest, it's about, it's it. Specifically testing for HPV, human papillomavirus, which is the virus that's responsible for cervical cancer. So this is good news.
Yeah.
Because what we're looking at is about 25% of women never get a pap test, and these are the ones that are ending up with cervical cancer. And if this is going to enable them to get it, this is good. But one caveat, a pap test and are not the same thing. So you really do still need to gynecologist, but this is excellent. So they're rolling it up now.
Smartphone did rainfall.
Yeah, it's a smartphone making you stupid. I mean, it's really what you're looking at. There's been a lot of studies looking at cognitive function and smartphones. And this was a really interesting study that was done. Basically what they did was they took a group of people and they said for 2 weeks, we are going to cut off the internet. You can still text, you can make phone calls, but there's going to be no scrolling social media, no looking on Amazon. And they were looking at cognitive things like accuracy of doing certain tasks, mental health, being able to pay attention. So they started with over 300 people and most of them dropped out. They could not do it. But with the people that did stick with it for the full 2 weeks, when they tested them at the end of 2 weeks, it was pretty dramatic, looking at things like accuracy in doing specific tasks, mental health, memory. And the thing that they had the biggest improvement in was just general mental health stuff. Well-being, how did they feel? And in fact, the scores were about as high as you would see if people were put on antidepressants. So it was really interesting. Now, what they did not do, I would have liked to have seen a third group that was just blocked from social media. I mean, how much of this was the scrolling through social media versus checking other things?
Yeah.
So they said, okay, so what is it? What is it about all this scrolling that is causing these cognitive issues? And it was two things. One is, and they found that people that learn how to scrolling are having more one-on-one human interaction, more physical activity, getting outside, being with nature more. But the other thing is just that constant barrage of being interrupted, of multitasking, which makes your brain function just go a little crazy.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to be said for maybe not doing this. This was really interesting because there's been a lot of studies that look at people that eat fast, that wolf down their food. That's good for you. That is associated with obesity. But in this study, what they looked at was not just how quickly you're eating, but how much chewing you're doing. What is the size of the bite? Now, obviously, if you take smaller bites and you chew more, that's going to slow you down. But they also looked at the tempo of what you're chewing. And what they found is that the two most important things, size of the bite and how many chews. Because not only does it slow you down, which is good because then you get your brain to send messages to say you're full stop. but actually activate more of the digestive enzymes. Why is this good? Because you're going to absorb more nutrients and you're going to have less bloating, less GI distress. So the whole idea is take little bites and chew a lot. How do you do that? Well, you can cut up your food in advance so that it's small bites. You can use a smaller spoon. And this was the most important. Before you take a bite, make sure your mouth is empty. I mean, it sounds but I mean, enjoy your food. Sit down, be mindful. Don't hang over the sink and shovel it in your mouth. Slow down, take small bites, and chew it really well before you move on to the next bite. Sounds obvious, but
Yeah,
you know.
you can find more information on Dr. Stryker's Substack, including her new podcast.